Wind Waker speedrunning is known for how hard some of the speedrunning categories are, and, well, some of the glitches. So you know what, let's take a look at the hardest glitches Wind Waker speedruns have to offer. And there are so much to choose from, so you know, if I missed any, feel free to let me know in the comments below, but let's get started. First on the list we have is zombie hovering, and more specifically, puppet Ganon skip. First, we have to skip the cutscene, so let's get on this ledge, precisely Deku Leaf onto this ledge, then get up and out of bounds right here. Now we get this precise angle to make sure we void out while entering the room at the same time, and then after we side hop while a bomb explodes, and, well, the first part of the trick is done. Next up, we have the zombie hover itself. Basically how a zombie hover works is if you die from a bomb and get thrown back, then spam A and B on a specific frame, Link will think he's jump slashing, but only do the first frames of it, which in result will let Link hover in the air. Now if you land, you're dead. So you need some form of health before Link lands on the ground to avoid the death animation. Now most zombie hovers are hard, but this one is not only long, but once you get to the spot you want to go, you have to time a bomb drop so it breaks this pot just to reveal a fairy, just so you don't die. And after you do that, you just have one last zombie hover to get to the Ganon fight. Overall, I'm sure runners' hands were burning after this part of the run. And well, speaking of your hands hurting, we got one of the hardest tricks in Zelda speedruns, and that is manual super swims. Basically, to explain this one, nice and easy, Nintendo forgot to add a backwards speed cap on Link, and also every time you turn around in the water, Link has a backward speed. You're kind of seeing where I'm going with this, right? And no, this clip I'm using right now isn't tool assisted. This is a real human flicking the control stick up and down so insanely fast to build up enough speed and get all the way to Dragon Roost. And to get an idea for how hard this is, most people do this trick by pause buffering, because unbuffered is just way too hard. But luckily, unlike Puppet Ganon skip, this is at the very start of the run, so if you do fail it, it's not that big of a deal. All you have to do is watch a short 5-minute cutscene to get back to this point. And after that, we have one of the biggest sequence breaks in Wind Waker speedrunning history, and that is barrier skip. All you do is take damage so Link will stay in this wall, then target the wall, slash, leaf blow, side hop a bunch with a bomb in hand, and get this incredibly precise angle. And then after, you want to use a bomb to push you through the slightest, tiniest of gaps in the wall. And I know I say precise a ton, but the angle you have to get quite literally just comes down to a few pixels. It's that tight. So as you can imagine, this one was pretty hard to find and also kind of hard to do. And after that, we have Early Earth Temple. Now, you're kind of seeing a theme with a lot of the glitches that I'm choosing, and that is how precise these angles are to do the skips. All this movement on screen is to get incredibly close to the part where you can clip out of bounds, and then you want to bomb push yourself out and do what's called a leaf pump, whereby putting away and pulling out the leaf very quickly, you'll get a slight boost and basically make it so you can just barely make it into Earth Temple without talking to Medley at all. And honestly, this gameplay really doesn't do it justice. There are so many ways to mess up the setup, and if your leaf pumps aren't perfect, well, you're just not making it. And this next one, I thought was really cool. It's maybe not like the hardest trick of all time, but it's such a quick little trick, and I thought it was just kind of a cool alternative to getting the boomerang. And, well, it's called boomerang skip. Basically, at this point in the game, you'd normally have boomerang to do this shortcut, but instead you have to do it with arrows. And by pause buffering the shots, frame by frame, and shooting these switches in the right order, you'll have just barely enough time to actually unlock the shortcut itself. And really the good thing about this one is if you mess it up, it doesn't lose a lot of time unlike the other tricks I was talking about, but nonetheless, it's still really hard and really easy to mess up. And lastly on the list, we have Deu Tree cutscene skip. There's really a lot to this trick, but I'll do my best to explain it and make it as easy to understand as possible. Basically, all you want to do is get storage, and then it'll put these choo-choos into kind of a weird state where they're pretty much just static and also moving towards the edge of the map. So, using bombs and just crawling up against this wall, you want to push them out of bounds so they'll eventually void out. But for this last choo-choo, you want to time it with the Deu Tree's head movements and then walk up to him and get a precise angle just so you can void out at the exact same time the choo-choo voids out, which will skip the cutscene and spawn the Deku Leaf at the exact same time. Oh, and also you got to do a short little zombie hover after that, so well, that's fun. And that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed these glitches videos. I'm going to be experimenting with some new kinds of content over the next few months, so stay on the lookout for that. And also drop a follow on my Twitch stream if you want to watch me stream this said new content. And also don't forget to subscribe. It lets me know you're enjoying the videos. And as always, thanks for watching. See ya.